I was already planning on making a video about the toxic situation brewing in Atlanta. And shout out Kevin Shonarts for sending me a video. Part of the reason why the Atlanta Hawks hired originally our man, Landry Fields, was because they wanted a player insight. And this is crazy what just came out. Trae Young could be the next NBA superstar to request a trade. Oh my God. Is Trae Young on the way out? If I'm Atlanta, I'm doing everything. I'm firing. I'm hiring. I'm getting whatever you want, Trae Young. You want escorts? You want a plane? You want an island? Stay. Who you want traded? Okay, let's talk about it. Let me tell you what Chris B. Haynes told us. So, rival executives who are currently at like the G League showcase that's happening like right now are under the belief that Atlanta Hawks star point guard Trae Young is the next player on a rookie max extension that could request a trade if his team does not make inroads come postseason. Young, as you guys know, is 24, and he has a strong desire to win big in this league. And he's under contract till the 2026 to 27 season and has an early termination option after the 2025 to 26 season. There's struggle of chemistry on this team for the last 2 years that they haven't been able to repeat when they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. They're 16-16, but there's still a bunch of like discord, even though they got Dejounte Murray. Recently, this past week, we saw Travis Schlecht, who drafted Young, get moved from being president of the team to an advisor role, and they moved recently promoted general manager Landry Fields to front office chief. And supposedly he'll be monitored closely. And part of the reason they did that was Young and Fields have routinely met and have a great relationship. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, Hawks.com writer sent me a video, and the reason why they originally hired Landry Fields from scout to assistant GM is they wanted a former player perspective in there. And Fields has been given the green light from ownership to do whatever necessary to acquire upgrades. But the hard part is executing. John Collins has been made available in trade talks, but it's unclear if the organization can return a package that will make the team better. And it's crazy when you look at this because you're out here and Christian Wood could be available, and that's because he's eligible for a 4-year, $77 million extension, and the fit in Dallas hasn't been fruitful, and Woods has publicly and privately petitioned for a bigger role. And we've heard Christian Wood, John Collins, but I don't think that moves the needle. So what I'm hearing also behind the scenes, okay, is that, let me pull this up, Trae, from what we're hearing is that this was on Hoops Hype yesterday, was that, okay, a good deal more than right here. A good deal more was expected from the start. And with John Collins trade rumors and unrest, there has been like literally a deterioration between Nate McMillan and Trae Young since a dispute and misunderstanding that happened on December 2nd when he didn't play. One league executive said this is a very toxic situation right now. It's been going on for a month and it looks like it's getting worse. Since then, Heavy Sports was told Young directly salty language towards the sideline after McMillan called the play and reportedly took a long three-pointer when the coach signaled for him to dribble toward the bench for a timeout. And a source close to the team labeled the claims completely bullshit, but other NBA players describe an uncomfortable situation. When they win, everybody's happy for a minute, but when they lose, it gets messy. Instead of trying to figure out, there's a lot of blame being thrown around. And I just know there's a big problem between the two. His father's involved. Trae's trying to get Nate canned. Oh my God. So the quote is Trae Young's father's involved and they're trying to get Nate McMillan fired. And it's not a good situation for anyone. Okay, the team struggling, the coach will probably get fired, and just because you don't fire players, it's not making much sense that you're setting up for your face of your franchise. And damn, this is all coming from an NBA executive, Steve Pulpit, and the club's looking for a more cohesive, complementary roster to Trae Young and supposedly John Collins. There's like 7 teams interested in him, but some people are saying his contract's going to be hard to move. I don't know. I don't know what's the right thing here, but what do you guys think? I think this is just wild. It's crazy. It's insane what's going on in Atlanta. And do you guys think Trae Young leaves? That would shock my mind, like shock my world if Trae Young actually left, okay? Because, look, let's be honest. We can all agree that we want Trae to stay. Everyone in Atlanta wants Trae to stay. So I wonder what's going to end up happening here. Because I don't know what's the right answer. TBH, what is the right answer that people want to see? I say you keep and you do whatever you have to to keep these guys together, because it's not worth not having them. Am I wrong or am I right? Because I feel like losing them would cost a lot more than keeping them. You do whatever you need to keep Trae Young happy.